again. I hope you're all safe and well. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about sharing and taking turns. You've heard, I'm sure, this statement, sharing is caring, and taking turns is what we do when we're being polite. Well, not only is sharing caring, but sharing and taking turns is also a way to remain safe, right? Because when we share, we are avoiding conflicts and arguments and sometimes even fighting. So it's really important to remember that sharing is important to do with others. And when you share, it encourages your friends to share back with you. So my story for today is called Share and Take Turns, and it was written by Sherry Miner. All right? So let's find out how they share. It's fun to play and imagine. Sometimes when I play, I want what other people have, or they want what I have. That happens to us all the time, right? When we start to playing with someone, especially if we're having a lot of fun doing it, it makes other people want to do it because it looks like so much fun. I know a way we can get along. We can share. One way to share is to divide things. Okay, so you can see the children are playing with Play-Doh, and that's easy to share Play-Doh because you can just break it in parts and pieces and give everybody a little bit of each color maybe. That's one way of sharing. Another way to share is to use those things together. Playing together can be more fun than playing alone. And here's an example if there's only one ball. So it's really hard to take a ball apart, right? We can't do that. But what we can do with a ball is we can all play a game that everyone can participate in. And that's a lot more fun than playing alone, isn't it? Trading is also a way to share. My friend can use what I have while I use what my friend has. Taking turns is a way of sharing too. When we can't use something at the same time, I can wait for my turn. Okay, so examples here is the slide. You can only, and we know that to be safe on a slide, only one person on a slide at a time. So that's when we need to take turns and we need to wait patiently until it's our turn. Another is if we have, you can see this big water box here that they're playing in, and there looks like there's only one little spinny wheel. So they're going to take turns using that. That would work perfectly. I can also share things that I know. Okay, so when we're talking to our friends, we share our knowledge and they share their knowledge back with us. And I can share special things about me, like things that I make and do. When I help someone, I share my time. Yes, that's important to be helpful. I might offer to share, or another person might offer to share back, right? So look at all of them playing dress up, and maybe it's his turn or her turn to be the fireman, and we're going to take turns because maybe she wants to dress up like the fireman. So we're going to take turns in doing that together. Sometimes I ask a friend to share. I'm glad when someone shares with me. So the girls are sharing their books and they're taking turns. That's a great way of doing it, right? If the person says no, then I can do something else. Okay, and that's important to remember because sometimes when you ask your friend, can I have that book? Well, they may not be finished reading it. And another way of asking is, well, can I have that book when you are finished with it? And sometimes that's just enough to encourage them to share with you when they're done. It's not always easy to share. I might have something that's special to me. I might not want to share it, or I may not feel ready to share. Okay, has this ever happened? I know. Sometimes it's hard to share things that are very, very special to you. You might be afraid that someone won't take care of it the way that you did, and I know that's hard. But maybe a solution would be to offer something else. If maybe your friend wants to play with something that you prize and that you're worried that might get broken easily, then you can maybe find something else that you can share with them instead, and that might help. That's okay. I can choose not to share, or I can offer to share later, or share something else. Like we talked about earlier, sometimes that's just enough to to help your friend realize that you still want to share, but maybe not this just one special thing. Sometimes I decide to share even though it's hard for me. When I share or take turns, I'm being generous. Oh, that's so awesome. And even though sometimes it's difficult to share, if you choose to do that, it really is showing that you've opened up your heart to your friend, and your friend will notice that, and they will want to share back with you. I'm learning to make good choices. I'm learning to think about others. No matter where I am or who I'm with, there are special ways that I can share. And of course, again, we talked about sharing is staying safe. It's avoiding all those conflicts and arguments about I don't want to share and why don't you share with me? It makes it a lot easier to have fun with your friends when you are remembering to share and be thoughtful and take turns. I hope you have a great day, boys and girls. Until next time, remember to share and take turns. Bye now.